Give that one like a 9. Cite source. I don't think she used any sources, so I don't know what to give for that one.
Just give it a 5. Go right in the middle.
Okay. Okay, what's next? Acknowledge the audience and the occasion. I don't think she did acknowledge the audience.
I think she said she was talking to, welcome members of United Nations. I mean,
Maybe.
okay, keep going.
Okay. Speak about an interesting topic. Yeah, give that one a 10 because she did speak about an interesting topic. Clearly and state the main argument. Yeah, 10. I don't know if you heard me, but I said like 10 for the clearly state the main argument. Speak about a topic value to the audience 10. Keep the audience attention also at 10, yeah.
All right, keep going down here. Just keep letting me know what you think on each of these.
Correct pronunciation, articulation. I'll give that a 9. Gestures and posture, I'll give a 10. Hmm. Vocal variety, that's a 10 too. Eye contact, yeah, I'll give that a 10 as well. She made like good eye contact.
Okay, keep going.
Use of note cards, yeah, she used a note card, so what do I give for that? A 10?
Sure. It's all opinion.
Appropriate dressing, yeah, she dressed really appropriately. Okay, and now lectern use. Is that what is that?
I prefer the word podium.
Yeah, podium. Oh, the ones with the little microphones.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes people like lean into it or they're like pushing off it or they don't even they just start moving around it.
She just stood on there and she used the mics basically. So give that a a hmm,
Don't overthink it. Just pick a number here.
I know, but like
All right, there we go. Look through the rest of this. I got to step away for a little bit. Just look at any of these and any of them that you don't feel like are a 10, let me know, but I'm gonna be right 30 seconds.
okay.
All right, I'm back. Anything here that you don't feel like is a 10 or anything?
Um, the slang that I'll go to a language later. Organization, I think everything was a 10.
Okay. Right. And then language.
Um, 10 if for everything. I don't know if how to, what is, like, she didn't use any slang or something like that, so what do I write for
You
that
just
one?
you try to keep in mind your teacher just wants you to go through this. They're not gonna they're not going to like, why did you pick a 10 here? You know, she doesn't speak English as a native language. Like they're not. They're just wanting to see that you spend some time doing this. Now,
Okay,
jargon
got it.
is non English words like a Googling used to be jargon. I don't know what would be a common one today. I mean, every year they put a list of together words people use incorrectly, but they're now accepted. Um,
Got it.
okay, last few here.
Memory, she did use notes, but like most of the time she would look at them, but then she would look up talking. I guess she was like refreshing, so 10, I guess. Yeah.
Okay,
Speak extem I never heard that word. How do you say it? Extemporaneous.
extemporaneously. So here, actually, they're helping us to identify it here. Oh, they're not helping you identify it. All right. The meaning here is like was she composed or not, basically.
Got it.
I mean,
Give
some of
it
these are
a
so keep in mind, like sometimes the assignment was also for people who just went out and found someone that was giving a speech that might have just been, happenstance or not really planned. That's why this is here. I mean, if you or I were just asked to give a speech, we wouldn't be as composed as her because she practiced. She probably spent a lot of effort to make sure she would be ready for this.
mhm.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Now that
Okay.
asking for the other stuff, I think the speaker was prepared. Malala seemed confident.
So like the TED Talk is the example where they have issues with time limits, or if you've watched any presidential debates ever, there's always issues there with people going over the times. Not just, in this cycle, it's every cycle. But that's kind of what they're referring to. Any issues with that?
No, I don't think there was any issues. She
And
had a
then
5 minute speaking time. Have
and then
enthusiasm or energy. Yeah, give it a 10.
excellent. Okay, so we're going to save this and then we're going to restart for the next one that you had chosen. Let me just grab another copy of this form, paste it in here. Okay, so this time we're doing it for, I guess, Queen Elizabeth. Is that the Brexit one? Do you want to do that one next or the JFK one next?
Let's do the JFK one.
Okay.
Just send me the link in the chat so I can also like watch it.
All right. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and listen to that, and
Yes.
we'll mean back when we're done.
Okay.
Oh, wait. This one, I give you the wrong one. Do not use that one. That's the longer
You
one.
gave me the King Charles one, didn't you?
Uh, I thought, let me just
I
double
put
check here.
I put one for King Charles as well because, he's king now, so.
No, I was looking for the JFK inauguration address, and let me find it. Here it is. I'm sorry. This is the correct link.
All right.
It's about 15 minutes.
Got it.
Oh, I did have it there. Okay. We'll put a link to that as well. All right, go ahead and let me know when you're all done listening to it. Hey, Ivana, just checking in. I did message in the chat. Are you all done listening to it?
I'm almost done. Yeah, there's only like
Okay.
2 minutes left.
Okay. There's an important part at the end, so yeah, go ahead and finish it with the ask not what you
Or
can.
it's like it was the one where it's like, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, isn't it? That's
Exactly. Yeah.
that's where I know that line from. I didn't know it was from his speech.
It's important. It's an important one. It's not, it's
Yeah,
not, it's not partisan. It's just, it's true. It's a truth.
yeah.
Do you, if you want to finish it, we can definitely proceed without it, but
No, let's just continue without it.
okay. So, I'll fill in the date and the location. Um, do you have any idea what the purpose of the inauguration address is, or what the purpose of this address was?
This was when he just became president, right?
Right. But any idea what the inauguration is for? Like what they use it for?
No, but I think it's from what I know, maybe. Isn't it like when someone becomes president, they have to like promise what they can do for the country? I don't know.
Yeah, usually they talk about what they're going to try to accomplish in the first, 100 days or their presidency. Um,
Oh, so I was right on the money.
exactly. So could you give a sentence or two that describes that purpose of his speech? It is to kind of, for people that don't know him, to say, which you would hope most people would know who the president is, but he's saying, here I am.
All right.
So give that a try, please.
All right, there we go.
Okay, purpose of speech. Okay, let's just add in there um, in the first, 100 days of his presidency and term. Okay, so the audience. Do you know which party JFK was elected from? Which political
No.
party? So he was I believe he was Democrat, and the typically, the people that voted him into office are the ones that are going to who show up. Like that's the primary, the people that were there, they're really excited. But the secondary audience is all Americans. So it doesn't matter uh, if you voted for him or not, he's still your president. So um, the the answer here is kind of both who was there in person, which is going to be the Democratic Party, but secondary is kind of all Americans, because we're all under one president. So could you put that into a sentence, please, or two?
All right.
Actually, I do need to check to see that you met the threshold here. You did. Okay, good.
I'm not very into politics, so that's why I didn't know which party he came from. So
Well,
I like,
it doesn't really
yeah.
matter, right? I mean,
Yeah.
even if he wasn't assassinated, he'd be very old
Right.
and his policies wouldn't matter anymore.
How old was JFK when he was elected as president? 40? Maybe 50?
Pretty young, yeah, somewhere in there.
Because most presidents are, no offense, but they're old.
They are.
Yeah. I heard this from somewhere, but when he was assassinated, apparently the jacket that his wife had won't even be shown until like in a couple of years from now.
Yeah, there's still a lot that's not known about what happened, and hopefully that's I don't know. It'll be a big deal whenever it comes about. So
Yeah. Why do a lot of people want to assassinate like presidents and all of those and like those government officials?
there's a book I read on the Secret Service that covers a lot of assassination attempts, and they find that mental health is a major contributor to the people that do this. Um, and it's the easiest way to get fame if you are
Like John
successful.
Wilkes Booth, like John Wilkes Booth who had eliminated Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Now that was different. That one was there was no Secret Service back then to protect the president.
Right.
His he hated President Lincoln because of President Lincoln's desire to abolish slavery. He just purely hated the man. He had never really met him
Yeah.
either. He just purely hated him. And
Yeah.
there's Bill O'Reilly does a great series on that. He has a book called Killing Lincoln that I've read and a few other ones.
Got it. I was just curious, you know. You already kind of answered the question of who was the audience, but I guess you want me kind of to
You got to put it in your own
rewrite
words.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also mentioned in the sense that secondary, all Americans under one president. Do you mean like the people that were also watching it on the TV?
So so in the last uh whatever 3 cycles, there was
Mm-hmm.
President Obama, President Trump, and President Biden, and I have watched all of them, even though
Okay.
I probably didn't. You could tell that I probably didn't vote for one or the other I mean,
Mm-hmm.
without making this political, like I, as an American, still care who the president is, even if I didn't vote for them.
Right.
And that's very foreign for a lot of people. So like, I care about the inauguration address because I want to know what they're going to do, even if I didn't vote for them. I want to know like what are
What
they
they're
going to
gonna
say?
say, what are they
Yeah,
gonna promise?
right. They're the leader of this country that I live in, so I better have an idea of what they're going to do.
Yeah, I just remember when I was like 9, because that's when Trump was elected. I just remember watching it on the TV and not understanding anything at all. I
Well,
don't
a-
remember anything.
as you get older, most people only care about politics as they're able to vote, and you'll find that when that day happens, you'll care a lot more. When you start working and your paycheck is full of taxes, you'll start wondering why, and you'll things will become
Feel
more
like
important
people
to you,
are voting for the president that promised lower taxes.
right?
I would do it. If they promise lower taxes, then I'm listening. How do I rate the secondary All Americans under one president part? Do I rate the secondary audience was everyone else who was watching it on TV? I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly
Okay.
right.
Wait, aren't the elections coming up like next year?
Well, it's every second Tuesday in November. We
Mm-hmm.
already had one 3 days ago, I'm sorry, first Tuesday in November. We already had one 3 days ago. In in Arizona, there wasn't a ton to vote on. The big one is every 4 years. Next year's a presidential election. There'll be governorships. There'll be Senate seats, House seats.
Yeah, because I know presidents can be president for like 4 years unless they get re-elected again, they can be eight.
Yes,
Yeah, that's some, at least I know that much. So the next big presidential election's happening next year.
that's right. That's why you're starting to see uh, debates. You're starting to see, more things.
All right, there we go.
All right. The audience was the people who elected him or the Democratic Party, the cigarettes. Okay. I might say the primary audience, but okay. Um, so we'll just answer these again. Did the speaker make any mistake? Full sentences here. Do you use formal or informal language? So on
He,
and so on here.
I can answer those. Yeah, the
Okay.
first one, he didn't make any mistakes.
All right. So
Did
just give me a
any?
sentence that says that.
All right, there we go. I wonder how they came up with the FBI though, the Secret Services. I wonder how they're like, oh, let's do this.
Well, those are different. Secret Service and the FBI are
Oh,
different. But because they have different functions. And they do collaborate better as of uh, Department of Homeland Security when that was created in 2001 after the 9/11 attacks.
mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm.
but they were previously independent, like the FBI and CIA didn't work together, and there were a lot of issues with not having the same information and things like that. So, but the Secret Service is outside of that. I don't remember which department uh, funds that, but anyway, did
I
the
was
president?
curious. Yeah.
Do you have more questions? I mean, I'm happy to answer those. I'm a
No,
history.
I
I love
was just
history.
curious. Yeah, I like history too. I was just curious because my grandpa, when because on my dad's side, he was well in Europe, he was an FBI agent and
Oh,
stuff. So I
cool.
was just curious. Yeah, I didn't. Dad told me like a few months ago. I'm like, you mean to tell me that we were a threat, basically?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was a crazy time.
My
My
family
grandma.
is very interesting because I'm learning so many new things. The more I go to Bulgaria, that's where they're from. I'm just like,
Mhm.
what do you mean this? I'm like, why aren't you telling me this when I was younger?
Well, you learn as it's appropriate and
Yeah,
as you
because
can
my mom
handle it.
then tells me, oh, this book that we have that's from your great grandfather. Yeah, he was famous. I'm like, excuse me, what now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're telling me
So,
this, and I'm like, what the heck?
all right. So, did the president use formal or informal language? And you'll have to
It
go
was
look for an
very
example of
formal.
very formal. Yeah. So go ahead and look for that, please. I'm gonna step away for 30 seconds, but I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Okay. Uh,
I didn't copy any kind of like I didn't quote off the speech. I just went to the beginning because he was addressing people like the
that's
previous
okay.
president and all of that.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's see if you can quickly answer the last question here because he didn't use any slang. Um, uh, he did not use any slang. He's very presidential. You'll hear that. All right. So see if you can quickly answer. Was the speaker prepared? And just give a reason for that.
Was the speaker prepared? Yes, he was prepared. Did he have any paper during the speech? I think he memorized it.
He was looking down during the speech.
Oh, so he had a
We saw him.
because he had
Yeah.
a piece of he had a speech on paper. I don't want to say like Am was ready to take responsibility as president, but I should write that.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Sent that very quickly.
But yes, he's prepared. His speech on paper is ready. Yeah, that's a good answer to that. Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna stop here for today. So we'll pick up here next week. I'll figure out schedule with your dad, but great job today. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.